Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you, our wonderful viewers. Welcome to another edition of Humanity First International News. This is a weekly news program to update our viewers about the latest humanitarian activities and efforts embarked on by Humanity First. Humanity First is a registered charity in 53 countries worldwide and has been providing humanitarian services for the last 25 years. Our motto is serving mankind, irrespective of their religion, caste, color, or nationality. In this coronavirus pandemic era, our Humanity First volunteers are active in about 66 countries, providing meals, masks, hand sanitizers, and even clean water. So far, we have distributed more than 157,000 PPEs, masks, cleaning materials worldwide. 5.1 million meals to people worldwide. Over 2,400 volunteers are currently providing essentials to needy people worldwide. The Humanity First volunteers have spent more than 422,000 man-hours in this COVID-19 pandemic. Now, viewers, let's take a report from Germany.
Following the guidance of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V, may Allah be his helper, Humanity First Germany has worked in over 20 countries worldwide since the beginning of March 2020 to combat the coronavirus. Until now, over 100,000 euros has been invested in various projects. In Benin, our hospital was selected as one of the few to treat patients suffering from the coronavirus, and appropriate arrangements were made to tackle the virus at the hospital. Several tens of thousands of people received our help.
Welcome, viewers, back to the studios. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do so, and also click on the bell icon so you can keep yourself up to date with the latest news and information from Humanity First. With me here today in the studios is Dr. Kamaldeen Ali, Naval Captain retired, who is the Director in charge of Humanity First Disaster Relief. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And Ahmed Jawad Hammond, who is the General Secretary for Humanity First Ghana. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
So, Jawad, what has been the outreach of Humanity First during this COVID-19 era?
All right. Thank you very much. Alhamdulillah, we've been able to have about 11 outings so far, reaching predominantly very poor and needy people, as well as physically challenged people in over 35 communities in Accra and Kumasi. These are the areas that we had a partial lockdown in Ghana. So far, these are the places that we've been able to reach during this period.
Wonderful. Dr. Kamaldeen Ali, Naval Captain retired. You are in charge, you are the Director in charge of disaster relief for Humanity First Ghana. What are some of the items that you have so far distributed during this COVID-19 period?
Thank you very much for the question. During this period, Humanity First Ghana has been looking at feeding the poor and the vulnerable. So we have distributed a wide range of food items, spanning bread, rice, cooking items, and so many others. And this is intended to make sure that individuals and families who will suffer hunger during the lockdown period, and some of them who have also lost their jobs will have something to eat.
So what would you say is the estimated number of people that we have reached so far?
As Brother Jawad said, in terms of numbers, we've covered over 35 communities. And indeed, in most recent times, we have even also covered some places in the north of Ghana. And on a daily basis, we cover the minimum will be 300 and the maximum will be 600. So if we multiply that by 35, you will see that we have covered a huge number of people during the period. And these are different classes of people, some of them aged, some of them vulnerable, some of them disabled people.
And are you doing this with paid staff, or how are you able to mobilize the human resource to carry out this sort of huge activity?
It has been mainly volunteers of Humanity First and other Jamaat members. So the Hadims in particular have also contributed immensely to the activities of Humanity First.
So the youth?
The youth.
The youth have. Wonderful, wonderful. Jawad, sorry, Sab. What has been the impact? What would you say has been the impact on the Ghanaian community to wrap up?
In fact, it has been very, very beneficial. As indicated, during this period, a lot of people lost their jobs. And most of the people that we find in the communities that we go to would have to go out to be able to get their daily bread. So with the lockdown, most of them were at home and found it very difficult to have something to eat. So for some of the people, some of the beneficiaries, even as we handed over the donation items to them, they were just going straight to the kitchen to set up the fire to have it cooked. So this shows the kind of need that is out there and the kind of appreciation that the people out there have for the donations that Humanity First Ghana have done so far. Alhamdulillah.
Well, viewers, that's all time will permit us for today. We have another report for you, and this report is from the United States of America.
During these challenging times of COVID-19 pandemic, Humanity First USA is very active in disaster relief efforts to help its fellow citizens. In this campaign, Humanity First is partnering with Ahmadiyya Muslim community who strongly believes in its motto, love for all, hatred for none. Humanity First is not only guiding and advising the public on financial, medical, and emotional issues related to COVID-19 pandemic, but it is also providing personal protection equipment and distributing tons of food in partnership with local food banks. Humanity First USA volunteers for the past 6 weeks have served over 195,000 meals through its many food pantries across the nation. As a routine for the past few weeks, last Saturday, dedicated HF volunteers went to the AMC Center Chicago and cooked restaurant-quality food for a women's shelter, for a transitional shelter, Tent City for the homeless, and another homeless shelter. Kebabs, salad, and rice became the food that occupied the hungry stomachs of our fellow citizens. In this current COVID-19 crisis, many Chicagoans became deprived of healthy food. HF Chicago has become well known in its provisions for healthy food for those in need. After a long day of cooking and serving food to 100 people, these 12 volunteers did not stop. In fact, they stepped outside the AMC Center and provided care packages to the poor. Humanity First USA partnered with rapper Vic Mensa's group Save Money, Save Life, and another group called Change, who helped provide masks, gloves, and hand sanitizers. It took these 12 people to make an impact that allowed WGN News to showcase their efforts. Humanity First USA is thankful to its donors and volunteers for their continuous and generous support, since without your sacrifices, it would be difficult to help our friends and fellow citizens in time of need.
As you can clearly see, our volunteers are working day and night to serve mankind. Despite the challenges and even at times persecution faced in some countries, it will not stop us from executing our humanitarian duties and serving mankind, including those persecuting the community. Day by day, we are growing and the number of beneficiaries are increasing by His grace. Viewers, if you think you can make a difference in terms of money, time, or even any skills, please join us and serve your local community. To join Humanity First, contact our local Humanity First team. So this was our report for this week. By God's grace, next week, we will bring you some new information. stay safe, observe all the protocols, and by His grace, all will be well. Assalamu alaikum and peace be unto you, our wonderful viewers.